oh, machete. They're creating a new icon like Guadalupe Hidalgo. Again, they're using racial warfare to divide this country as a tool of control, and Robert Rodriguez has been used as a dupe in this, or he's a government operative. There is no doubt. Since I got the script, it is far worse than I can even possibly imagine. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back with your calls. I want you to be polite when you call or write letters or fax, but I would particularly like Hispanic Americans. If you agree with this film, then call him. If you disagree, call him. And, you know, explain to Robert Rodriguez that we're fully aware of what's going on. We're fully aware of the Texas Film Commission and taxpayers had to pay for this piece of race warfare garbage. You can write him a letter at 4900, that's 4,900, Old Manor, Oldmanor Road. That's over by the private airport they gave him to run all this with taxpayer money. Oh, City of Austin pays for it, too. 4900 Old Manor Road, Austin, Texas, 78723. USA. The phone number is 512-334-7777, 512-334-7777. The fax is 512-391-1529, 512-391-1529. Again, the number, 512-334-7777 or 512-391-1529. And I'm going to your calls directly when we come back, and I appreciate everybody holding, but I just want to say this. I want to live in peace. But I can't sit here and have it implied that anybody who's for sovereignty or the Second Amendment or who is white wants to murder Catholic priests, burn churches, and kill Hispanic children. It's a lie. And it's a slander. And it's not just a movie. They said it's a message for Arizona. It is political. It was shot at the Capitol to blur the lines. And that's why Hispanics have contacted me who worked on it, because they're upset and they know it's going to create division. It's going to create segregation. It is going to create fear, and it puts Latinos, Hispanics in a bad light as well. This makes black exploitation films that were also quite racist look like a walk in the park. I mean, and it's got Robert De Niro, everybody else in it. Call Rodriguez, let him know what you think, and then start calling Rick Perry, start calling your state legislatures. We need an investigation of this, because they're going to make 5 more of these. 5 more of these to form a race cult to totally warp the minds of Hispanics. We'll be back.
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready? To get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance, and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part? This $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up for free at offthegridnews.com. Offthegridnews.com.
Are you tired of out-of-control, irresponsible federal deficit spending? Increasing the money supply without increasing productive output leads to inflation. You get less for your money. If you want to protect the buying power of dollars for your future, then call Peter May at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237, extension 135. You've worked hard for your dollars. Don't let the government strip their buying power with wasteful spending. Gold has a 5,000-year track record as money, real money you can count on. No government-backed paper currency comes close. Ask me about the protection of private gold. Call Peter May at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237, extension 135. Central banks from around the world are stockpiling gold. They know gold is real money. Call Peter May at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237, extension 135, to discover the advantages of private protected gold.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you hear the words water purification, what comes to mind? If it's Berkey Water Purification Systems, this message is for you. Did you know that over 60% of municipal water contains fluoride at less than 2 cents per gallon? Berkey water filters purify treated and untreated water, remove dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and contaminants from municipal water. These filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, making them perfect for rainwater collection systems. From the smallest to the largest systems, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has what you need. With your system purchase, you'll receive a shower filter, a fluoride filter, or 2 sport Berkey bottles absolutely free. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com would like to offer GCN listeners 5% off all ceramic filter systems and ship all orders over $50 free of charge. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY today.
All right, coming up, I'm getting into the Supreme Court nominee, worse than we had previously thought, totally anti-free speech, anti-gun. And they've got another vacancy coming up in the next few months, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I'm getting into the economy, global news, but I've spent a lot of time on this. This is a key part of the New World Order Takeover program. I appreciate Adam, Michael, Tony, Lewis, Truth, Patriot, and others, Chris and others for holding while I had to go over all of that, but I wanted to have it on record. Let's go quickly to your calls now. Adam in Utah, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just calling. Well, first off, thanks for taking my call, but I'm just calling to share an experience I had with the Mecha group at the University of Utah. I am Hispanic American, but before I even get into that, I just want to say that I first learned about your website, Infowars.com. I think it was We Are Change People. They were on campus at the University of Utah, 2 of them about a year ago, handing out the copies, DVD copies of the Loose Change and Charlie Sheen's 20 Questions to the President. I remember I took one of their papers and I was looking at it was pretty interesting.
And there was nothing about race in there, and Charlie Sheen's Hispanic.
Yeah, exactly.
Carlos Estevez is his real name, but again, go ahead.
Yeah, but the only point I'm getting with that is that that's how I learned about Infowars.com. It was one of the links that was on that sheet of paper on one of the copies, and, it woke me up. Everything makes a lot more sense. I think clearer, and so on and so forth. Well, anyways, about 2 years ago when I started going to the University of Utah, I lived in Utah my entire life. I went to grade school, secondary school. I'm Hispanic, so, I'm obviously minority. If anyone has a grievance, it's me. But, I try not to be a bad person. You got to root out, hate out of your heart. But, anyways, one day when my classes were over, I was walking around campus looking for something to eat. And I figured, hey, if I go to one of those student commons, multicultural centers, they always have free coffee and donuts. And so I went to it. I looked around, and then that's where the lady, the Mecha lady, middle-aged woman, she introduced me to the other people there. And then, I took a seat on the beanbag chair. I was enjoying it, but, then I started looking at their brochures, Mecha. I've never heard of these things before, Chicano. I briefly heard of that, but, I never really cared. And then I was reading their literature, and it showed the Western United States.
Azadlan, yeah, you got groups all over the universities, government-funded, to try to make the U.S. Mexico. Why on earth will we want that?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like, are these people serious? Reconquista, the La Raza this, La Raza that. I mean, it's good to be aware of history.
Sure, but I mean, the point is, this is revolutionary. So bottom line, what do you think of the Robert Rodriguez script that we now have?
I think it is absolutely unnecessarily inflammatory. I mean, this is probably one of the worst times something like this could come out.
Do you think this should be taxpayer? Do you think this should be taxpayer financed?
No. This has a political message to it. I mean,
but notice everything they're doing. Well, God bless you. I appreciate your call, Adam. And again, that's why I hate even having to talk about this. But this is going on underground everywhere. Now it's being pushed out in the open by the government, by the media. Why do they want this? Because they don't want us going against the bankers. They want us fighting with each other. Michael in Texas, you're on the air.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say that someone I know was actually